Hello everybody and welcome to another Train Simulator 2021 video. Today, as you clearly see in front of you, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new Class 317 that's just been released. Now, the model has been created by Mr. Gus Bahnhof. We should all know him from the Northern City line. He did an absolutely amazing job of that, and we can actually see his work if I quickly fly over here. There you go, he did the assets for this. Today, you may have already guessed, but if you haven't, we are going to be driving on the wagon route. And we're going to be taking one of these 317s from London Liverpool Street. Interesting compressor noises as you fly towards it, but sure. Yeah, we're going to be taking one of these 317s from London Liverpool Street up to Hertford East. So if we jump on it quickly. And we'll sort of get into it. Yeah. So yeah, Gus Bahnhof made the model. AP have done the sounds, scripting, the scenarios. It's a really lovely train. This is not the first time I've tried to record this livery. I say tried because it really is tried. The tried really comes into the fact that this entire experience has been trying my patience. You see, I've had problems with my AP products for a while. And I managed to sort that, just about. It was a program. I won't go into too much detail, but basically, almost all of my AP products were just entirely ruined, script-wise. They were broken as anything. I've had all kinds of other problems with stuff not downloading. There were supposed to be 2 videos out yesterday. This 317 one, and the Isle of Wight. And the Isle of Wight download took about 3 hours to complete because my, well, I don't know, I think it was Steam. Steam just wasn't having any of it. It was weird. It's a horrible experience I've had in the last couple of days with train games. But here we are, in the 317. Let's jump right in, and we'll get the doors released. That's not the camera view I wanted. I wanted to sort the doors open. We'll do it properly in a little while. Turn the tail lights off, markers on, destination doesn't work. I think it's because we got a dot matrix in this unit. I would assume in a roller blind it probably works. Headlight, cab lights we don't need. Yep, that's alright. Them other buttons don't work down there. Right, we want to register the train. Oh, hang on, we also need to do that and do that. That puts it into a driver-only operation. I believe you can do the same thing with Control R or something. I do have the menu up, so I can double check it in a little while, but let's firstly register the code. I think they're 2 H's. We'll go with, I don't know, 17, because why not? I believe the signal code is 013. Oh, 013. 013. Enter that. Let that do its thing. Move up to this. I think you press escape, right? Yep. Ready. And then you start typing in your number, which I believe for this route is 00220. Sequencing Hertford East. Perfect. And now inside here, we should have this scrolling. The PIS, which is nice. Of course, you got a clock as well. I can't say I've ever actually seen a clock on a 317, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. But, hey, maybe they exist. Maybe not. Oh, look at that. The passenger doors are all animated in here as well. Not all the time are they obviously animated in the saloons, but clearly here Gus Bahnhof's actually taken the time to animate the doors in the saloon, which very, very much appreciated, sir. We're going to put it into forward. Doors. Brakes off, DRA off, put a bit of throttle on. Oh, and I apologise, I'm in a quick drive, so I do got to, yes, epic English. Now, I've got to sort out points. I did have a scenario, this is one of the other things that went horrifically wrong. Right, approved. I did have a scenario which I was going to swap out the Super Alps 317 for this version in. But it turns out that scenario no longer appears to work, so it just doesn't appear. It exists in my folder for the route, but it just doesn't appear sort of in game. It's just non-existent by any stretch of the imagination. If I go into the scenario editor, it's not there. go into the drive menu. It's not there. There's literally no way to access it. So I don't know what the deal with that scenario is. But nonetheless, we'll be on a quick drive today. I just want to do this run, like I say. We'll have a look at the train, of course, as we go along as well, in better detail. But yeah, I just wanted to sort of get that out of the way. That literally, I've had a horrendous experience in the last sort of 24 hours. So I'm actually really pleased that I can finally drive the thing. Of course, we'll cover the motor sounds as well and all the other sound effects, because there was a bit of a hoo-ha about that. But like I said, we'll get to that when we get to that. I did put the headlights on, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Cool. There's just no lighting effects because it's daytime, which always annoys me personally. I would rather have lighting effects on in the day to illuminate the tunnels than to have nothing and not. Now, obviously, the reason why they do it, and I understand, is because you get lighting glare in the day, and in real life, you wouldn't get lighting glare on buildings outside in the day. So I'd support them on it, but personally, I would rather have the lighting glare but have lights inside tunnels than have no lights in the tunnels but no glare. So I'm considering I might do a patch to replace the point lights on these trains and the AP stock to make it actually work properly in the tunnels. It's a shame you can't have a thing where when it detects when it's inside a tunnel occlusion and then sort of does the lights accordingly. Also, apologise if my mic's cracking. It sort of makes a big cracking noise every so often. It seems to be on the blink a little bit, so I think I need a new headset at some point. So if you do get any background noise, then yeah, there's not a lot I can do about it, unfortunately. Not right now, at least. Like that. There you go. I heard it. I know I could hear it before, but I don't think it's ever been audible in any of my other videos. But now I was watching the levels on the sound, and it actually appears that it's now audible. Also, ignore this platform that's here. There's some scripting going on, and it doesn't always activate right. You've got to reload the game before you play it, and I didn't reload the game, so that's why the scripting's a bit messed up here, and we're going through a platform at Bethnal Green. But other than that, we're all good. We're all good. It does disappear, given the right sort of scenario to it. Why can't I move the handle? I appear to have lost connection to my keyboard. That's nice. I have that keyboard on my laptop, but I don't have my external keyboard. It's just decided that... Oh, no, that's back. Okay, that was odd. Sure, whatever. Over the junction anyway. Onto the fast lines. There we go. Up the West Anglia main line now. We'll probably be calling at Hackney Downs, Tottenham Hale, Ponders End, Brimsdown, Enfield Lock, Cheshunt, Broxbourne, Rye House, St Margaret's Ware, and Hertford East. I think will be the stopping pattern I'll stop at. So we've got plenty of time to hear the motors run up and down and all that. So yeah, it should be good. Should be a good run. 30 mile an hour around here. It's a bit laggy as well. I think it's loading tile sections. There's a lot of assets in a lot of these tile sections, so it's got to load it. There's probably won't be a lot of difference in between the last time you saw this route on my 86 video and now. I've not had a lot of chance recently to actually work on it, so. But as soon as I can, I'll be back to it, hopefully. So you know. There we go. It's a little bit freer now. A little bit. It's like I'm getting like 5-6 frames more or something, so just watching the frame counter. It was down to 10 at one point, it's back up to sort of 15 now, so that's alright. Cool. Bit of throttle, past the bus station, bus garage, sorry, up to London Fields, round the back of that. Oh, I'm speeding, that's nice. And then Hackney Downs. First off, I think we'll start by saying how it drives, because obviously it's a bit late to start messing about with sounds now until we stop. But driving, this thing's absolutely lovely to drive. It's a dream, honestly. It's ridiculously good. I wasn't expecting this train to drive so well. It's actually more It's got more power than I thought it would, genuinely. I thought it'd be quite slow accelerator, like the, a bit sort of in line with the, that's a red signal for some, oh no, that's not our red signal, okay. Yeah, I thought it'd be a bit like the 315, because that seems to be, it seems to accelerate at, well, at slow speeds, and then at top speed, it just doesn't want to know, really. But this train is perfectly happy to sort of do what you want with it. It's pretty good. And the braking as well. The braking's better than I expected. A lot of these sort of 1980s units have a lot of braking force at speed, but as soon as you get slow, everything just seems to drop out. Of course, we've got neutral section functionality here. There goes the line. Comes back in. Perfect. Right, there we go. I'll leave it in step 1 braking. That'll get us down nice and easy to a little bit more reasonable speed as we approach into Hackney Downs here. I probably left the harsher braking bit too late. Oh no, that might be a good stop actually. I don't have a marker obviously to sort of work out where I should be stopping, but you know, that wasn't a bad stop actually. Do the doors. I should have done that externally, shouldn't I? Anyway, sound-wise, that's obviously what everybody was sort of probably here to see. Now, there was a big thing on Facebook. I don't know if you saw it, and if you didn't, you're probably living under a rock. But there was a big thing on Facebook about the sound effects of this train being reused from the 319. And you know what? The motors are. The motors most definitely are reused. However, there's a lot of sounds on here that are actually seem sort of brand new. So if I close the doors now, oh, well there's one of them right there. I'm 99% certain that compressor is new for the 317. Apparently they did go and do some. Oh yeah, and also the screens actually animate in the external view as well. Like I say, they went to Greater Anglia and they recorded some sounds with Greater Anglia for this project. I mean, the doors sound right. I think they may be reused possibly, but they do sound acceptable. I'm pretty sure that braking's unique. Right, so with regards to the motors that you've just heard, I was going to come out here sort of all guns blazing saying to all these people who are on YouTube or on Facebook that, oh, the sounds are alright for the 317. Well, actually, because initially I thought they were. I sort of heard it, and I couldn't, on the Facebook page, and I couldn't really hear a lot of difference between the 317 and the 319 sounds that they're actually using. Because the motors are from the 319, and AP have confirmed this. However, now I'm actually driving the thing, there is actually a pretty big difference between, well, I say a pretty big difference. What you've got to remember with a train like this is that the majority of the audience who are going to be playing with this train are not regular commuters on a 317. So therefore they're not going to be sort of honed in on the tiny little details of a 317 that make it sound unique sort of thing. On that part, the 317 and 319 are basically the same train in the way they sound, because they have sort of the same basic run-up noise as each other. However, when you're actually in the game, if you know these units enough, now I'm not saying I'm a total expert on these units. I used to travel on them sort of semi-daily, but that was a while ago, before London Overground lost their 317s. Sort of from that, hearing these sounds now, I can hear the subtle differences. There are definitely a few sounds which aren't included in this that should be. I can't say exactly what they are because, like I say, it's been a very long time since I actually travelled on a 317. So it'd be impossible for me to say, oh yeah, there's this rattle or that whine or this, that, or the other sort of thing. But there are definitely some subtle things that I've picked up on that are just missing. Little details in the sound effects that just aren't there, sort of thing. So, yeah, there are a few bits. Overall, though, like I say, the average person who's driving this train is not a regular commuter on a 317. And therefore, they're not necessarily going to know exactly how it sounds. So I think, given that we currently are facing this virus, and the fact that it would be pretty difficult to probably book recording sessions right now with certain stuff, I think the 319 sounds are just about acceptable for it. And I'm not really going to knock them too much off it. It would be nice, I would be sort of really pleased if they announced a sound upgrade for it. Not that they would, because it's AP and they don't seem to upgrade their own sounds. But, overall, I think they're acceptable. But like I say, there are definitely some new sounds. I've not noticed any flange squeal to really sort of say whether that's new or not. I would say that almost definitely reused from something or other. The brakes release, I'm pretty sure, is unique to this train. The compressors are almost definitely unique. Doors, they sound right. I don't think they are unique, but like I say, they sound right. Horn's lovely, and there's a nice little Easter egg I noticed about the horn yesterday when I was trying to do my first video on this train, which I'll show you when we stop at the station, when we stop at Tottenham Hale. But there's something that's actually quite impressive with what they've done, and it's only a tiny detail, and if you're a cab driver, you're really not going to notice it, so it doesn't mean a lot. But it's actually a really nice sort of subtle detail if you have reason to notice it, sort of thing. Wipers, wouldn't know on that front. I couldn't say whether they're reused or not because I've not driven the 319 in a very long time. Again, because my almost my entire AP library was messed up by this thing. I well overshot the marker, obviously, but you know, whatever. Stuff happens. Right, let's release the doors externally as well. See, it sounds right. That actually does sound unique like a 317 should. But if I do the horn here, you'll notice it's quite sort of loud. In fact, actually, you might need to go slightly further back. But basically, yeah, it's obviously done on distance rather than the position you are. But basically, if you're right up close to the horns, they've got a really sort of loud, they're loud, and as you get away, they actually get softer. Now, I can't say I've ever noticed that on an AP product. It's probably been on every AP product since the 319 or something, but I can't say I've ever seen that, so, you know. Let's jump in here. I want to see it. I want to hear the departure from here. Again, it sounds right. Whether it is or not, I'm not entirely sure, but... Again, it doesn't sound perfect, but it sounds right. And if we're perfectly honest, I think that's all that matters, really. Would have been nice though if we had had the passenger view in that seat there, so that we actually had a window next to us. But, you know, goodbye queue, hello views. Fly to Europe with Budget Air. From less than £25 each way, including 30kg baggage allowance and 3 airport breaks included. Northumberland Park Depot there. Save your pennies for stuff that really matters in life. Fly Budget Air. Budget Air. Okay. Just I'ma just shut up now because Budget. Yeah, that's that seems legit, right? Budget. You know what? It's now Budget Air. I don't care. It's Budget Air. That way I don't look stupid. There we go. Good grief. I can't read, alright. Well, I mean, I can technically read, but... Oh, I forgot to... Neutral section. That one. We need to do that. Maybe. There we go. We're up to power anyway. Do it for the workers. What else we got in the cab then? That doesn't work. These don't work. Sometimes they do for some trains, and other times they don't. This one clearly doesn't. The TBWS doesn't seem to do anything in this either. Obviously, you got your DRA, wipers, frozen game, AWS button. That's your bell. The C key, obviously. Cab open, or couple on couple buttons. Doors left, doors left, doors right, door closed. Power off, pan up, pan down. On the back you've got your lighting trip, your lighting set, door test, I don't think that's functional. Auxiliary set, you don't want to mess around with that while you're driving, but that will obviously cut your auxiliaries and stuff. What have we got up here? Headlamp MCB, if we turn that off, I'm guessing, hey, we got no headlight. Turn it back on, perfect, cool. None of them work. I think this big one here works. Door control. Door control 2 MCB. I'm not entirely sure what that does. Compressor override. I'm guessing that cuts out the compressor. Vestibule light. Gangway light. Somewhere in here there's a button for the cab light as well. We're going to turn them off because we've got to stop at Ponder's End in a second, and we're obviously speeding. There we go. We've got the traction interlock cut for the doors cut out. Technically, you shouldn't be able to cut that out by sliding it out. I think you've usually got to break the glass for them kind of things, but hey, I guess they didn't want to animate that and then put a new one in, so you do it like that instead, because yes, it's cool. And we're going to well overshoot this station at this rate, aren't we? Are we going to stop? Definitely not. Oh well, alright, this train was never going to stop at Ponder's End. I just felt like slowing down because I'm nice and I wanted to give all the people on Ponder's End a nice fly past of the train as it went through, you know. Yeah, that's definitely a legitimate argument. Vestibule heating, cab heating, they can be messed about with. Again, all that stuff can be messed about with. You can mess your door about, do all that bit to it. Blinds, come down. Not got a blind here, but you've got a pull down one, and there's a little. Somebody noticed this. There's a little Easter egg here. 317-1 EMU -2 coming soon, I swear. GH was here 2020, so that's pretty cool. He's put a little couple of Easter eggs in there for you. AWS sunflower obviously lights up when you get an AWS. We're not getting power for some reason. That's weird. We don't need power at the moment anyway, because obviously we're stopping at Brimsdown. But sure, whatever. There we go. Nicely into Brimsdown. Of course, you can't have Brimsdown without a very, very noisy level crossing, because Kuju. Stop, please. Stop, please. Stop, please. Stop, please. Oh. Cool. It's got sound effects inside. We're gonna stay away from the crossing. I think we'll do an external departure. I think. I said we'd stay away from the sign, from the thing, but you know we could do it from the sign because why not? And a screenshot because also why not? There you go, lovely. I need a thumbnail, all right. Don't judge. Close the doors anyway. I'll probably get a thumbnail up by the other way somewhere. Love the animated destination too. The LED. I've got the gates. No cars apparently. That crossing's always got cars, so waiting to cross it. Something's not right there. Stop it. The bushes are a bit closer. Somebody needs to bring a weed killing train along. Get a bit of braking on. See, like I say, the throttle on braking is actually pretty good for this train. It's quite nice to actually drive. Quite responsive. So yeah. A little bit less braking, a little bit more braking. Bring it down to a nice sort of speed. Stop up by the end of this fence. Doors. And there we go. 317 at Enfield Lock. Proper 317 this time though, of course. There's a bit of an empty background, but I'll take that because, you know, yes. Could we get a nice departure shot, I reckon, is in order here. Packing duties complete. That should be step 2. Nice. Nice. There go the gates. F3. Jump back into the train. Next stop, Malvern Cross. Power off here. In the braking. Probably should have began it a bit sooner before because we did have to put some step 3 on at Enfield Lock. But then again, we're coming down a bit ridiculously fast actually, so release a bit of brake. we go, just under 30 into the platform, nearly 25. AWS. Oh yeah, I've probably got to check the point at Cheshunt for this for the quick drive, I reckon. That's a floating bridge. That's nice. And stop doors. While that's in place, I'll go and check the point. It's that crossover there. I can't really check a lot of that at the moment. I can't remember which way, whether the arrows on the points are on the tracks correct or not on this route, so who knows. Shame they don't quite link up, but oh well. Would have been nice if there had been an extension that came across when they were coupled up. A bit like how there's a bit that pops up there. We're going to do this departure in the cab, I think, because we've not done one in the cab yet properly, since Liverpool Street. There's a not a foot crossing. There's actually a crossing man at that crossing. That's pretty cool. Like the crossing goes across, and then there's a crossing man that actually sits there. And it's really not very often that you actually get a crossing. Well, I say a crossing man, a crossing person to be politically correct. I apologise. Yeah, it's really not that often that you actually get a crossing person sitting at a crossing anymore. It really isn't, and it's actually really nice to see. There we go. Slowly down for Cheshunt. Yeah, really enjoying this. Really enjoying this train. Lovely thing to drive. I'll probably be driving this one quite a lot, I reckon, along with the 315, obviously. I do drive that a lot as well. Release the doors. Now, obviously, you've got these things here that open up as well. I won't pull that one because yesterday I did and I had a whole bunch of problems, so instead, we'll do the AWS one. We'll pull that card up, and you'll notice on the front, it's obviously got the no AWS flag on it. And next time we go over an AWS ramp, you'll obviously see how that affects the train, because the AWS will not do anything, regardless of what the aspect is. There we go. There's only one other thing I think I wish that this train could do, and that's to have the cab doors open. It's not a necessary feature, so I'm not sort of really annoyed about it. You know, it's perfectly acceptable that it isn't there, but it would have been a nice little thing to have had, wouldn't it? Just an extra little feature. When the 315's got it and the 317 doesn't, you know, it would have been nice to have, but it's not the end of the world, and I can forgive it for that. So, I guess the other thing we should talk about is the price of it. 20 quid. For me, I've always grown up around 317s, so it's totally worth it. For somebody who's not into 317s, I would still definitely say it's worth it. You get a beautiful train, even if the motor sounds are slightly out, it's one of the most classic sounds that exists on the railways these days. This sort of low hum and then the whine upwards, and honestly, it's just, it's recognisable for anywhere. These trains have been anywhere, let's face it. The 317s have operated out of Liverpool Street, out of Farringdon? No, I mean Fenchurch Street, that's the one I mean. Out of Euston, out of King's Cross, out of St Pancras. You know, all of these lines have had them. And then of course you've got 318s that are up in Scotland, and you've got all that kind of thing. So, yeah. Then you've also obviously got these trains that sparked the creation of the 319s, and the 321s, and the 325s. It all sort of falls within the same time period and almost the same family as each other, sort of thing. So, you know, if you're interested in anything like that, then it's definitely a buy. It's a lovely train to drive, absolutely gorgeous model. Yeah, there aren't many downsides to it. Couple of downsides, obviously I've got to mention some. Would definitely be the fact that the motors aren't recorded from an actual 317. It would have been nice to have seen some brand new recordings that are exclusive to this train. What else we got? Oh, a couple of the cab buttons obviously don't work. It might have been nice to have seen a few more of them being simulated. It would have been cool, not necessary, but cool to have had this door open. And also the cab doors I would have liked to have seen open. Windows open and you get the audible change of sound. So, yeah. Actually, it's a good question. If I open that window, that one doesn't seem to have much audible change anyway. That's interesting. Okay. I thought they would have done that for the sake of the when you put it the other side. Oh, hello, there's a train that I've just abandoned here last time I messed about with a quick drive. Yesterday I had a problem where I was trying to record the video when, oh, it's a 37, is it? Oh, okay. Okay, I wasn't expecting to see a 37 up here, but fair enough. Sure. Why not? Hello, Mr. Europhoenix. How are you doing? There you go, see? We just went over the AWS ramps and we haven't had any AWS noises, no dings or bells or anything. So even if you go through that red light with the AWS ramp won't actually do anything. We've well overshot the mark as well here, but you know, I don't care. We stopped in the platform. We didn't do a ponder's end. There we go. I'm going to drop that down now so we get our AWS back. And take the key out. And change this point up here so that we go the correct way. We'll probably have to look at the other place, which is called Ware. We'll probably have to look at the junctions up at Ware. There's some gantries missing. That's fun. Get the doors closed. Let's do an external departure. I think if you do Shift 1, Shift 2 and arrow, you get a bogey cam. Wheels seem to correlate with the speed the train's doing, so that's good. Sometimes they are a bit slow or a bit fast or something, so... But no, the animations seem pretty good on here. Is there actually any flange on that, or is it just a tapered wheel? It looks like just a tapered wheel, if I'm honest. Well, I might have to inspect that in a sec. Lovely detail on the bogies, though. Weathering's brilliant as well, let's just say. Weathering's lovely. Even on the body side, which is something the train sim world doesn't do. It does the underframe weathering pretty well, but the body side, nah, it just doesn't bother. Which is stupid, but hey. AWS, I caught that one. I saw it on the HUD before I saw the visual alert. I think it's a 20 limit over the junction up here. It's not marked properly yet, so that needs to be marked at some point. I'm sure Nathan will do that at some point. Power off here, why not? Put a bit of braking on. 34 mile an hour, well that's clearly not right, so that needs to be fixed. Over a junction. We need to, I thought I heard shoe classer then. It genuinely sounded like shoe classer. I think I'm well gonna miss the, yeah, there's the 20 limit. I forgot where it was. I actually thought it was after the 35. I was driving from the HUD, so my bad. There we go. Brakes release and applied pretty quickly as well, let's be honest. Are they new brake squeal sounds? I don't think they are. I think that they're good, but I don't think they're new. Probably reused off the 319, I'd imagine, again. Can't really hear the relays in here either. I just wanted to see what that was like, sort of thing. The relays from here, and you can't hear them clunking. I can't remember if you can on the real one or not. I know in the 319 you can, but 317 I can't remember. There you go. I was going to release and brake there, but I'm glad I didn't now. It seems to be coasting in quite nicely. There we go. Stop somewhere near this DOO screen. I think we're a bit beyond it. Oh, look at that! Oh, that's perfect stop then. There's no marker. Maybe the marker needs to be on the screen, but either way, the woman just walked through the screen, and that woman emerged out of the wall, sure. I mean, it is nearly Halloween. Maybe they're just ghosts preparing for Halloween. Who knows? Who knows? Obviously, this train's got wheel slip as well, so if it was autumn, we'd get a lot of wheel slippage as well. Right, hurry up. Platform duty's complete. Cool. Nice. Lovely unit, like I say. Lovely, lovely unit to drive. Throttle off. Crossing of some description. Throttle up. Even though throttle makes it sound a little too diesel, but you know, whatever. Of course, the 317s will be gone soon. They ain't got long left before the 720s come in and start taking them over, along with obviously 321s and all the other 360s, all the Great Eastern stuff. Basically, everything Greater Anglia will be 320 will be 745s and 755s soon. So it's a shame. And on that note, if you are as interested as I am, please go and search for the Class 315 Preservation Society on Facebook, and I'll probably put the website in the link below, because honestly, we're trying to save a 315, and fingers crossed we'll actually get one. So yeah, there's not really a lot more I can say about it, other than please go and support the society, because it really needs your help at the moment. So if you like 315s, and also as just a representative for all sort of units of this period in general, you know, there's barely anything that's like, there's barely any first gen EMUs that have been preserved. We don't want to have those second gen EMUs become the same way, really, do we? We want to have something to remember them by, so, you know, it would be really nice if we can actually get one of these units, definitely. I'll have a look at the track work at Ware in a second, because I might need to change the points, like I said earlier. So we'll see if that needs doing at some point. Lovely, lovely departure shots, though. Awesome. Let's have a look. See if we can. Does it extend that far? Point there. Right, there we go. Cool. We're set through now. I'll probably have to look at Hertford East to make sure we go on the correct platform up there too, but we'll do that once we are closer. Probably when we stop at Ware, we'll have a look at that one. We've got a yellow signal. I wonder why that is. That is slightly weird. Oh, there we go. It's gone green. Cool. Must have been because we were coming close to it. Did we miss that? I did not miss that. I pressed my button 3 times. I pressed my AWS button 3 times, and that still somehow was missed. Sure, whatever, game. Have it your way then. I've lost keyboard control again now, haven't I? Of course I've lost keyboard control, because that's really convenient. I don't get what's happening. Right. Do that. I've still not got any keyboard controls. Great, now I'll probably get AWS reset. There we go. Oh! I've got my keyboard back. Does it live? It kind of lives. I've got bits that live, and other bits that don't live. Oh, wait, hang on. I've lost... Maybe that's why I'm not getting a lot of response from it, because the throttle's in thrall. There we go. There we go, okay. Okay, sure. I'm pretty sure my keyboard's cutting out for some reason. I reckon it's the game, if I'm honest. It's either the game or the train, it's gotta be, because it's not been... My keyboard's not done this before. And the fact that my AWS button dropped out as well just a second ago is a bit strange. Definitely is a bit strange. If it was the keyboard, I can't imagine the button would drop. So... Just hope it doesn't happen again. Because we don't want it to happen again, really, if we can help it. We could have been in Ware and gone by now. Don't forget, when you stop at stations, you've got to do U or O, depending on which side you want the doors to open. Left is U, right is O, I believe. Otherwise, you ain't going to get very far with your doors. You're going to press T, and then they're not going to move, but you're going to get passengers sort of floating through the doors, which won't look great. So yeah, you want to remember to actually open your doors as well as tell the game the doors are open. It's a shame. Well, I mean, it's not a shame, because it's good to be able to press 2 buttons on your keyboard. It's a shame in a way that they don't open, but it's good to be able to do correct side opening sort of thing. There we go. Pulling into where? Like so. Dring. There's a towel there. There's the marker. There's karma marker. Lovely. We're still going to overshoot it despite this slow speed, aren't we? Yep. Good job. I could have put more brake on, but I didn't really want to be honest. Right. Okay. There we go. One more stop. We'll double check that Hertford point works all set up correctly, which it is not. We want to go into that platform there, platform 2, because that's where they generally terminate. Only in the morning, early mornings, I think they use 1, because they store training there overnight, I believe. Nice and dirty on the corners, this unit, this train. Nice bit of weathering going on. Go. One last departure. Once again, like I say, you can actually do that, and then you may need to stop. Yeah, you probably need to stop. It's not letting me release the doors, but if you flick that in, and your doors are open, you can actually move with your doors open. And of course, you don't generally do that on the main line. You wouldn't do it on the main line, but it's useful for shunting manoeuvres because a lot of the time I put it in emergency. Okay, that's not fun. I hate the fact that whenever you enter emergency, it just sort of goes nope. Right, if we release the doors now, there you go. There you go. I'll prove the point quickly while we stop. So there you go. See, like I say, you wouldn't do this on the main line generally. But if you're shunting around in the depots, then you quite possibly would do this. Often they let them air in the depots, so if they need to just shunt them back and forth a little bit, then they'll leave them as they are. I'm guessing you can just close the doors as you're moving along. Yep, you can. If we do this, can we now get throttle? Yep, we can. Cool. Doors are closed, that's cut in, let's go. Across the marsh. There's the A10 up there. Go ahead, get a bit of a passing shot. And a screenshot. Love it. Absolutely love it. So pleased we have this unit in the game finally. It's been one that's needed to be done for so long, and so long ago could have been done. You know, DTG could have easily done one of these for the line out of King's Cross. For London Peterborough, they could have easily have done one of these in First Capital Connect livery. I'm very surprised they didn't consider it a 321. But hey, you know, we finally have one. A proper one, rather than the freeware one. The freeware one served its time. Thank you for it. Thank you to Super Albs' reskin. But of course, this one is your ultimate, really. This is what you want. And this is what we got. And very pleased that we do have this stage. There we go. Obviously, like I say, I've been watching this project in development for a very long time since he first announced it. Very excited for it. And yeah, again, we finally have it. And the AWS isn't going to cancel for me, is it? Of course it isn't. Because my keyboard breaks every time the AWS comes on. Which makes perfect sense, right? Notch off. Didn't even need to put it back into neutral that time. Which is interesting. Usually you have to stick these things into neutral and then release the brakes. But fair enough. I was going to say, where's the AWS of this signal then? But we've already gone past the stupid thing, haven't we? So, yeah. How annoying. I don't know why my keyboard keeps breaking every time the AWS goes off on my button and all that, but hey, whatever. Whatever, we're almost finished. Blast the spotters on the end of the platform. Or Spotter, the woman looked like one as well. I don't think she was, but maybe she was. Who knows? Just because she didn't have a camera doesn't mean she's not a spotter, you know. A lot of people just write down numbers rather than actually take photos of them. So, and I went the wrong way on the brakes again. That's nice. There we go. End of the journey. Do that. I'll probably be alright in step 3. Set the DRA. Tail lights on, markers off. That's probably deregistered itself. We can leave that displaying Hertford East. There we are. We have arrived. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this. Like I say, I really recommend this train. It's lovely. The only thing is the sounds. Maybe a couple more cab buttons could be simulated. But other than that, honestly, it's actually a really beautiful thing to drive, and I, on the most part, have zero complaints. Apparently, in the bits and bobs section, I just remembered. Apparently, the wipers on the AI services actually animate if it's raining, which is a really cool thing, and I don't think that's ever been done before. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.